Good morning. We are broadcasting from Har Zion, the Mount of Zion. And here we are with
Wow.
Rabbi
It's your
Tzvi.
first broadcast from
No,
from
not
Mount
really.
Zion.
No, we've been here many times,
You
but
broadcasted from, huh?
I never identified the place.
Never identified
And
it.
here we are. And it's interesting, we have the reindeer here. Even though it's not the season for the reindeer, we have
I'm
Reb
here.
Tzvi.
Imani kana kolkan. Reindeer.
It's reindeer. Is it raining deer?
Reindeer?
No, it's not. Anyway,
Rain means clear, right?
yeah, rain in
Reindeer?
Yiddish, rain.
Reindeer.
I hate to say it.
You are clear.
Yudin rain. We don't want to say that. No, unfortunately, we don't want to do that unless you say pure Jews, which we are. Anyway, it's Erev Zion Adar. It's at the eve of Moshe Rabbeinu's Yortzeit and birthday. And if you heard yesterday's fascinating broadcast with Tzvi quoted Rav Moshe Shapiro, then you would understand. Please check in our archives. Now, it's also, today is the Yortzeit. Double header, Shmayahu has two Gilyonot. One for Yeshua Heschel Babad, and one from Avraham Teumim. And Ba'abad, it's interesting. The word Ba'abad comes from, where do you think the word Ba'abad comes from?
It's an Otrican.
It's an Otrican. And I thought I had it right here, but it has something to do with Av Bezdin.
Right.
Okay, so maybe I'll find it someplace. Anyway, so it's also now, even though I've mentioned the two Yartzeit, the Gilyonot, I want to start with my Rosh Hashiva. And in fact, we have his nephew davening for the Amid today in honor of his Yartzeit. The hint, we saw who davened today,
Dov Pavarsky.
and his
namesake.
his uncle, of course, was David Pavarsky, who there's a street
Not
named
his uncle, his grandfather.
his grandfather. I'm sorry, his grandfather. Because I keep
Pavarsky.
thinking about his father was Chaim
Chaim.
Pavarsky,
Chaim.
who was the brother of Beryl Pavarsky.
Right.
Bad David, the Bad David. If you want to know, he wrote a sefer, and I also have a beautiful letter from Rav David, who gave me. And before I got my smicha, I wanted to have a letter from Panovich, so I got one from him. And I had this discussion with Dov today, but I mentioned the fact that I have listed Yehoshua David ben Sholem Pavarsky, and he says, nah, that's a name that they picked up, and it's not really the real name. His name on the kever, says David, not Yehoshua David. So forget the fact that I mentioned the fact Yehoshua. It's David ben Sholem Pavarsky, Nolad ב-1902 ונפטר ב-1999, and there's in Shari Chesed. Are you familiar with the fact, Tzvi? I don't know if you've passed it. There is a David Pavarsky street, and it's located right near my son's cafe. We actually have Natan's Cafe. So
Who's Natan's Cafe?
It's right near Pavarsky Street. It's a very popular cafe spot. If you really want, you like the coffee, you can come pass by there. You're going to get some good coffee. It's as you take Osishkin, and you pass Narkis, and you go further to right before Pavarsky is, and my son is Natan, and I say it's Natan's Cafe. Anyway, Nolad Borussia. הוא למד בישיבת סלוצק, אצל רב איסר זלמן מלצר, אחר כך בישיבת סלובודקה, אחר כך בישיבת ניר, אצל רב רוחם ליבוביץ', אחר כך בישיבת פונוביץ', בישיבת קלם, וחזר לישיבת מיר עד נישואיו. הוא התחתן ב-1930, וכולל היה עם הכולל של חנן וסרמן בברנוביץ'. ב-1938 היה מלמד בישיבת חכמי לובלין. I'm here with a lot of sun. Okay, can you see me? Good. חכמי לובלין. ב-1941, 1941, עלה לארץ ישראל. התמנה לראש מספתת ישיבת אחיזת עיניים Hasidus Chabad in Tel Aviv. Did you know David Pavarsky was a Rosh Yeshiva, a Rosh Masifta in Tel Aviv with Chabad? ב-1944 who Hitmaner Panovich Rav Lakachato, the Yot Ram, the Yeshivas Panovich, and the rest is history. He was there until he was nifter in 1999. Who Chiber Yeshuas David, Shiurei David, Yishmeru Da'ash.
Did you ever
Most of it.
in his farm?
Do I ever? Yeah.
Did you ever?
I actually heard a shiurim. I sat in a shiurim, so I did more than that. The one of Sefer Shiuri Reb David.
So in Yiddish?
It's Yiddish and Hebrew. He also had in Hebrew, which is in Panovich we had certain Ramim who gave shiurim in Hebrew too.
Well,
Maskil.
let's see. I'll send some pictures. I didn't see them yet.
Maskil David. Anyway, it's also the yard site. Okay, before we do the yard sites, I think we should go directly to our Tehillim. And today I have a treat for you. We'll see. It's not your standard Tehillim. Okay. Yes, it's the same idea. Here we go. We are Perek Kuf Chaf Dalid. Ready?
Wait.
Chabad. You like that?
Yeah. Gets the adrenaline running.
Kol Beis, you have to see him. All these Chabad. Kol Beis.
So my two granddaughters
yes
went on this C-teen.
C?
C-teen.
Okay.
C stands for Chabad. Chabad
Teens.
Worldwide gathering in New York.
Oh, I think I saw a picture. For the women?
It's for all the teens in the world.
Oh, the teens. Because
4,500.
Because they had a beautiful gathering of all the women shlichot.
Yeah, it's part of that.
And they had a picture of all these, 1,000 of these women standing together. It was such a beautiful Kiddush Hashem.
Yeah, so there are 4,500 Noar from all over the world that converged upon New York.
Wow.
They did a Havdalah in Times Square.
I think I heard about, first of all, in Times Square, there was this hostage who said that he wanted to say Shema Yisrael in front of everybody, where they would not allow him to say Daven when he was held refuge by...
Anyway, to make a long story short, they're all stranded in the airport.
Of course, right now.
They got on the plane, and the plane never took off.
Never took off, so they're there.
So they're there in the airport. I
know people who are stranded here. I think they're better off being stranded here than over here.
No question.
There. Okay, so today we're talking about Babad, Yehoshua Heschel, ben Reb Shimon, mi Tarnopol, which is in Galicia. Nolad ב-1867 ונפטר Vav Adar Shezeh Hayom ב-1919. Okay, I think I'm going to straighten my out a little.
If you just want to see what's going on the plane there.
Well, that's on... Take a look at it. Sure.
This is what's going on the plane. I think they're having a good time.
Yeah, of course. Where's the pilot? Okay, Aviv.
He's the one jumping up and down.
He's the one there. He's putting on tefillin. Aviv, Reb Shimon.
It's like the astronaut joke.
That's right. Aviv, Reb Shimon, היה אב בית דין טרנופול ונפטר בשנת 1909. אמו הייתה רחל בס רב חיים בבד, מברוידי. להוריו נולדו 14 ילדים, אבל רובם נפטרו בצעירם, לא עלינו. רבי ישוע השל מילא את מקום אביו וכיהן 10 שנים כאב בית דין בטרנופל. אביו היה רבי יוסף בבד, בעל המנחס חינוך מטרנופל. רבי ישוע השל נישא את ליה, בת רב אריה יהודה לייבש מזליש, ורבי יוסף חנניה ליפה, אב בית דין פרמשלה. I have a premonition that there was in Premishla. Naldula Arba Yeladim, and the son was Yosef Hananya Lipa. Mishpachet Babad Hemida b'meshech Torot meot Rabbanim Manhigim. Hayta behem mizigut shel gaonut b'Torah im noan hamidos umatzav kalkuli eitan. Kol yeled shenolad b'mishpacha yada ki hu noad liot rav u'la'or zot hitchanech b'haga'am leforkam nisu lebnei משפחות רבנית, וכן הגיע ייחוס המשפחה כל גדולי הדור המפורסמים. הם היו צאצאי המרשע, המרם, מרשל, הבח, התז, השח, וגיני שלמה ועוד. ייחוסו של רבי ישוע השל בבד בן החבן, רבי יעקב ינקל, נפטר ב-1948, רבי יצחק נפטר ב-1771, רבי יהושע השל, אב בית דין טרנופל, היה מחבר שאלס התשובס, כן, ספר יהושע, בנו רב מוישה, ובנו רב שמעון מטרנופל, ובנו יהושע השל השני. יש יהושע השל בבד הראשון, שזה היורצייט שלו היום. עכשיו, שמעיהו מביא שאלס התשובס בייס דוד, חלק בייס, סימן כפלם גיבר, רבי ישוע השל בבד התייצב עם הרב זאב וולף לייטר, בעל שאלס תשובס בייס דוד, במקרה שקרה בקהילתו בטרנופל. נעשה שילח לבס קהילתו עם בחור, שתירו אותו ללמדן ולסופר מהיר, יודע כתב לשון ונימוסי המדינה. ועכשיו אתכם הביא כתב יופי, מהודר, באמר שהוא כתבו של החוסן. אחר כך נתעודו יחדיו ועל פיתוי אנשים רבים כתבו התנועים, כשהכתב והחלו היו צריכים לחתום. החתן חתן את עצמו בכתב מטושטש, כתינוק בן יומו, בידוד, ופורף כבדם כזוקן. אז השניים, הכלה ואביה, נשתוממו על המרק, על כסף, על הריטות ידו, ורצו תקף לום על המחותן, כי לא ישרצו בשום אופן, כי רימו היסם. השניים. 10 המונים, והרא לו, כסף החוסן יוצא ממקום אחר, אך לאשר לא רצו לוישר רבים, נסו לביתם בלילה, ובבוקר, בתקף כספו לו, אבי הכלה, כי לא ישרצה בשום אופן. וגם הכלה מגזמת שבהם לא ינוקתה כקשר טיסה לאמריקה. מסקנה הדברים, גם עם מסקנה עם מרם, בעל מנחס פרטים, שיוכל לתת היתר בית דין גומר בלי שום חשש. כיוון דאינו יכול לכתוב לאמן יודיו הווי מום, כיוון ידוע לכל, ובזמן הזה אין גם אחד אשר אין יכול לכתוב קרוי, והווי הוד המבואר חושמש וכל, שהסכימו לו בני המדינה הווי מום. Okay, that's the Maisa that they brought, and
can you tell us that Bekitza? I didn't understand.
Basically, there was a shidduch, and the chassan was supposedly a really well educated, outstanding, and he had this beautiful handwriting. Well, it turns out that they had Tanoim, and he was supposed to sign his name. He had trembling hands, and he couldn't sign. He signed his name like a tinoch, like an infant, and they realized.
Sounds like Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah, that someone had the ghost writer,
right?
The ghost author. But anyway, so to me, there really is no shaila. You know, you got the false guy. But anyway, they wrote a whole tshuva on it, and that was the Maisa.
Did it go through the wedding?
No, they didn't. They canceled it.
They canceled the wedding.
They canceled the wedding. They said this is not the right guy. He said the Choshen Mishpat, the Chol Sheskimu Olav B'nei Medina Havimum. That if they know, everybody could write. and this guy can't even sign his name.
That's the reason they took him as a chassan, because he wrote so well?
No, because he had a general reputation. But they felt, when they saw the signature was not the same handwriting, they felt that they were cheated. Ramu osam, that there was misrepresentation. Anyway, that was the, I hate to say it, I know a little about shidduchim now. I don't want to get into details, but right now they literally fingerprint you. They do everything. It's like, I think, a bit too much. I think what goes on, Kadosh Baruch Hu is mezavig zivugim. You have to know that. Anyway, let's get back to the yard sites. Daniel ben Minyamin Wolf Prostitz, not prostate, Prostitz. נולד ב-1759 ונפטר ב-1846, הוא נולד בצ'כוסלובקיה, התמנה לדיין ב-1837, היה אב בית דין בפרסבורג, מקורב מאוד לחסם סופר. הוא חיבר מחנה דן על מסכת פסחים. Okay, so now let's go to the second sheet. Rabbi Avraham Tumim. We talked about the Aderes. He was also Tumim, but this is someone else. Avram ben Tzvi Tumim. Nolad b'shnat 1804. Abasre. I'm still okay. I'm looking at the time. Bekalish. I know people by the name of Kalish. And now we know it's the name of a place. V'niftar b'vav Adar shezayom be-1868. Aviv Rab Tzvi Hirsch. היה אב בית דין קליש ממשפחה מפורסמת של רבנים כמו בעל אקסונס אור והקיקיון, I know the קיקיון דיונה. אמו מרס חיה הייתה בס רבי יעקב לרבנבוים. אב בית דין ליסה, בעל Chavas Das. Okay, so the mother was a daughter of the Chavas Das and the Tzivos Mishpat. I'm sure when you learned Yeridea, you also would learn Chavas Das. Sure. She'anechad achacham tzvi. Rabbi Avram lamad achrei abar mitzvah shlosh shanim eitzel sabo achavas das. Achrei she'ishto arishona niftora b'tzirota hu nasa et merat fruma bas Rab Tzvi Rappaport av bezdin Dubna. Ishto hayta muchsheret ma'od b'mischar shel nirot erech. You hear that? She knew all about hedge funds. Who asa kol yamav b'torah v'hichzik memono b'tei chesed shebe'iro. He supported all these houses for chesed. V'lo sa'ad me'olam la'o anir shulchan. He refused to eat. I think you told me a Maisa that he refused to eat any meals unless there was a poor person sitting at his table. Did you tell me a Maisa?
Not who?
Well, we're talking about Avram Tuumim now, but I somehow I heard. Okay. Sipur Hashochet.
Was not I, as we say in Navas Lashon Hara.
Okay.
Not me.
Not I. Sipur Hashochet Bardicheva. B'tzirotov k'shikein abezin b'zrobav. Rasha kol medina aliyan shel shochet mi Bardichev sheyadav haya. Here we go. We have these shaking hands. Reb Shlomo Kluger mibrod asar aschitaso. Shehigia dion lefnei chachmei Galicia rosham lefnei Rab Avraham, who's talking Avram Tumim. Badku umatzu hagon v'hitiru.
Are you doing two yard sites?
Yes, I told you two different sheets today. Shmayo comes up, especially when there's an Adar Aleph and an Adar Beis. They're both.
But it's one Adar Aleph and Adar Beis.
I know. Other das, other this. Listen, hey, don't utter any words here. So badku umatzu hagon v'hitiru. Shlomo Kluger, b'shomo et ha'psak ka'asala v'chinu hashovev. Mizabrov, as Kamrab Avraham, v'nasa lebrod b'levush zocher. So he disguised himself, and he went to him. Pilpila Reb Shlomo Kamishod. Reb Shlomo katav lo smicha nehel v'shem Avram Tzviglig who to Umin beGermania. That's where he got his name.
Tzviglig.
Yeah. Lifnei Tzeta Omar lo Reb Avraham Ani hashovev mizubrov. You know what? You remember you called me the shovev? I'm the one.
That's me.
Reb Shlomo Chiach v'Amar Achen Shovev Ata B'Siyatchen. You see, you were a real Shavavnik. B'Shnat 1853 Ch'tira Reb Avram l'Rabba Shel Butchat. Did you know the place Butchat? Butchach. Boy,
There's a Rebbe named Butchach.
I'm telling you, 3 years, geographically gifted. Sham Ki'anu Gedolei Olam V'amar Rabbi Avraham David Butchach Baldas Kedoshim.
Look at him, he's crazy.
Yeah, I can see the way he's driving.
Crazy.
Nishara Ir Meshech 13 Shana Bli Rav Ad Ba'osh Rabbi Avraham. Darko Hayta L'Sayim Pa'amayim B'Shana Et Kol HaShas.
Wow.
Va'arba Chilkei Shulchan Aruch.
Wow.
B'nosaf L'Shir Pilpul B'derech Shel Sabo HaChavas Das.
Don't you feel like a miniature when you hear something like that?
That's why I learn about it. I love to. These are
Like
gedolim.
You like to feel like an unav, huh?
Yeah, I like them though.
These are real anivus.
It's a dwarf. We're dwarfed.
We're dwarfed.
That's what we are. A dwarf Torah. You want to hear a dwarf Torah?
2 times Shas a year plus Arba
Chelkei Shulchan Aruch. Coleman and Pilpul. He gave Pilpul Shiurim. Coleman.
One thing for sure, he didn't waste his time.
No, he didn't look at Howdy Doody and other things in my youth. But anyway, Kol Minhag of Hayal Pi Harizal Ishkim Letikun Chatzos. You see that? He got up for Chatzos. Asak b'Kabbalah, and you think he only dabbled in Nigla. V'achar kach b'Shulchan Aruch. Pano elav b'Sheilot. Because his kitzvei tevel tshuvotov et b'tzu b'Sheilot Chesed leAvraham. Shnei Chalokim. 850 עמודים. גדולי דור הוקירו מאוד. אחרי השריפה הגדולה בבוצ'אץ'. Did you know that there was a big fire in Butchash? Nitra Bavram in Limudo v'avar liot rabba shel Kamenitz. Podlos. Avol mepnei gzeres ha'shulton slo livnot sukkah b'glal sarkanas eish. Ozav et zamokim v'chazar lebutchash. Lo b'tor rav ela b'echa me'a'ir. Afilu shilem et nisei akila kochol balabayis. Okay, so we had a lot of the yard sites, and we're into 21 minutes of this year, which is still very good. So we're gonna start
with fire.
Yes, Eish Das Lamod, Perik Lamed Vav. We're in Lamed Vavniks, and we're in Nidchei Yisrael, and we're talking about the different places where it says Shabbos is Shkula L'Chol Et Kol Torah, and Shkula equivalent, and we learned Torah and Nevi'im. Now we're doing Ksuvim. Matzinu b'Tanach sheshkula Shabbos keneged kol hamitzvos v'Ksuvim minayim shene'amar va'al har Sinai. This is Nehemiah. I bet you knew it. Nehemiah Perek Tes Yud Gimel. Va'al har Sinai yoradata v'dibarti imam. Maksiv achrav ve'Shabbos kodshecha lahem hodata. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael. Im tisku lishmor Shabbos malne ani alechem ki'ilu shamartim kol ha-mitzvahs shebetorah. So we'll continue.
Does it say that?
That is brought down in Nehemiah, and he himself brings it down.
That's not a pasuk in Nehemiah.
Yeah, no. But he brings down, let's see if I can have the source. Nope. It's a Gemara. The Gemara that brings down all these, that the Shkulim. Yes, that's yesterday's shir. I'm going to have to look at yesterday's shir to get the source. I don't have that page in front of me. But anyway, that's a good question. Okay, so it's not Shabbos Shkolim.
You didn't do your Yiddish.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I thank you for correcting.
You jumped right into your shir, and that's why you must speak so much.
I know. Okay, Azreinu. Okay, B'Shem Hashem. Unsere Hilf is mitten Namen von Hashem Yisborach. Osa Shamayim Voras was Bashaft Himmel on Erd. So that's the reason I didn't do it is because, like you say, if you have no mistakes, this is easy right. Yiddish.
So now I'll make up for all the mistakes you didn't have.
Okay.
I'll read you a little
from Beis Yehuda.
From the Beis Yehuda.
Wow.
The Megillah.
Why don't you just flash it so everyone can see the picture? It's a beautiful picture. That's your Beis Yehuda, which you can get, online. Jewish books.
But this is a
Hebrew
picture
books.
of the original.
Okay.
So is the other one. Anyway, so the question that the Rashi is dealing with is to understand why does it say Hu Achashverosh. So Rashi says Hu Achashverosh, Hu Berisho mitchilaso ad sofo. He stands in his wickedness from beginning to end. So the Beis Yehuda says Hazoi. He says Art Rashi. Art Rashi. What does that mean?
According to Rashi.
Art Rashi means it was hard.
Oh, hard to Rashi.
It was hard for Rashi. Who? The word
the
who.
It was
schwer to Rashi,
to
the
quote
word who.
Danny Bonchik, who has a sefer, what's bothering Rashi?
Right.
So here, what was
here's
bothering Rashi?
At Rashi, who is ibere genig ezol stein. B'mei Achashverosh hamelech mehodu ve'akush. It would have been enough if the Megillah just would have said, "Vayi b'mei Achashverosh hamelech mehodu ve'akush." What does it have to say who Achashverosh for?
Who?
That's what it says.
Who?
And Rashi.
Yeah.
That what? Is gewesen a Rosha von Onhe bis in Soif.
From beginning to the end, he was a bad dude.
Right. Why? Because hat nicht gestammt von kengliche Familie.
He did not come from
kingship,
royalty,
royal family, nor durch Rishus und Starkheit, and here's the word, but zwingen de Meluche.
Oh, he forced the
Right, very good.
Forced by zwingen.
Very good. That's what it means.
Okay,
I looked it up.
Yep.
That's one word, but zwingen means forced.
Yes.
And then Rashi has another word here, which I'll just jump down, not to take too much time.
By the way, I really am enjoying everybody. This is not Yiddish. This is Torah. We're learning already the Megillas Esther. Wow. I'm excited.
So it says, another question about that, and for Rashi. It says here, Azoi, oh yeah. It's a very good question. He says, why does it have to say both? Lama tzarich lagid gam hamelech mehodu ve'ad kush, and also Sheva v'Yasmei Medina. Sheva v'Yasmei Medina
is already a 127.
It's 127. It's so included in there. So
Right.
what I have to say, what does it mean, mehodu ve'ad kush? So he says, at Rashi like this. As azoi mir kennen verstehen, as hat gekinkt iber hoidu und kush, welche seinen nont einen neben de zweiter, azoi hat gekinkt iber de 127 Medinas.
In other words, he was close. He was able to...
Just the way he was Melech, Mehodu and Kush, which were next to each
other.
So he was also Melech in the same way.
For all the
127. It was an example of just like Hodu and Kush were next to each other.
So,
and just the way he was able to be Melech on them, he was Melech the same way in all 127.
Well, very good. You see that? A Dvar Torah, a Yiddish Dvar Torah.
What I say? I didn't say the word. So what's the word? What was the word? The word here was Azoi vert betzechent. Betzechent. Shlomo HaMelech's Kenigreich.
I would say Tzechen is to reckon.
Huh?
Reckoning. Betzechent.
I looked it up. It says signifies.
Okay. But to me,
Tzechenin. Tzechenin comes like reckoning.
Reckoning.
Okay.
And anyway, that's wonderful. I want you to know you're supposed to be, when you leave someone with the Dvar Torah.
Yeah, Mifred Mechavero.
Yes, with the Dvar Torah.
With the Dvar Torah.
Egla Arufa. No, I'll see you before that.
Yeah.
We're not going to wait that many years.
Don't give any Egla Arufas.
No way any ideas here. Anyway, I want to wish you a full Shlema Tzvi for your Regalim.
Amen.
We continued the shir and we had a little interruption. At this point, I was able to check. Badakti. Tzvi asked the question, where did we have Torah Nevi'im Ksuvim brought down that Shabbos is Shkula, L'Kol HaTorah Kula? That's from, we mentioned yesterday's shir, the Shiur Shel Etmol, Medrash Rabbah, Parshas B'Shalach. Not a Gemara, it's a Medrash Rabbah, Parshas B'Shalach, Amar Rabbi Elazar Bar Ravina. You could also check into yesterday's shir. So let's continue with Nidchei Israel, Perek Lamed Vav, and we were talking about, it brought down Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu Yisrael, Im Tizku Lishmor Shabbos Mahal Ani Alechem Ki'ilu Shemartem Kol HaMitzvah Shebatorah V'im Chilaltem O Samal Ani Alechem Ki'ilu Chilaltem Kol HaMitzvah Shebatorah V'chein Hu Omer. It's brought down Yeshayahu, Perek Nun Zayin, Pasuk Zayin. Shomer Shabbos Mechalel, Shomer Yodom Yasuf Korah, the Eisha Adam Shomer Shabbos, Gozer Gzeru B'Kodesh Baruch Hu Mekaymo. Shneimar im toshiv misheves raglecha maksiv achlev oz tis'aneg al Hashem kama detemu his'aneg al Hashem yitain lechon kol mishmal sivcha lo od el kol ma she'ata ochel eino elo min haperetz aber keren kayemes lo le'olam haba Shneimar v'achiltichem achilticha nachlas Yaakov avicha. This is Yeshayahu, Perek Nun Ches, Pasuk Yudalid. Tipi Hashem diber. U'schus shmir Shabbos ka'halacha mo'el limcho lo kol avonoso. Shabbos can, by observing Shabbos, you can be cleansed of all your sins. Kamosha because of the Gemara. Shabbos Kuf Yud Ches Amid Beis. Kol HaMeshaber Shabbos K'ilchoso Afilu Chet Kedor Enosh. A sin like the generation of Enosh, Mochlin lo, he's forgiven. Shenemar, Ashrei Enosh, Yasa Zos, Ben Adam, Yechazik Bo, Shema Shem Shabbos, as Yeshayahu, Nun Vav, Amid Beis, Mechalo, Al Tikra, Mechalo El Mochel lo. Alkein, Mama Od Tzorich Adam, Neschazik, Bekol Chachotza, Be'inyan Shmir Shabbos, Kil Chotza. Bonus Arabim, Kayom, Yimsu, Anashim, Chotim, Yislapseim, Shehufka Benehem, Yisu Shabbos, Va'oy Lanu, שכך also בימינו לראות אנשי רשע כאלו ואף אפשר שגם בדורס הראשונים היו נמצא אנשים שהיו יוצאים חוץ לשיטה אבל שם היו יודעים הכל שאנשים כאלו בכלל מומרים. And you know, in the good old days when someone was desecrated the Shabbos publicly, he was ostracized. He was considered a mumar, an outcast, an apostate. V'hayu Yisrael portion atzma mehem, and they would separate themselves from him. V'hayu lamad mehem, and you did not learn anything from him. Aval ka'ayom, but today, nowadays, he's talking about the days of the Chavetz Chaim, 19th century, and surely now in the 21st century. It's so accepted, the fact that there's Chilul Shabbos, Ad Shechoshrim, Eza Anoshim, Shegam Hein Bechlal Nachlas Hashem, Am Asher Bocha Lechalko, they consider themselves as part of Klal Yisrael. They say, listen, I'm a good observant Jew, but you know, I don't keep Shabbos. People, because they're not ostracized, they're accepted, people learn from their negative ways. That's a terrible thing. Ramach mitzvah of the Torah, the mitzvahs of say, the 248 mitzvahs in the Torah, they are against the 248 limbs that are in the person. And there are different types of limbs, and I'm not going out on the limb here, but I'm saying if you don't observe the Shabbos, it's as if your entire body is going to be plagued. We'll talk about that as we continue this year tomorrow. We wish everyone Yom Tov, Chaim Tovim.